All right, welcome back everyone to our water fluoridation investigation. So yesterday I showed you guys a few newspaper articles dating back to the 1800s and 1901 and 1909. And so this morning I got to thinking, what does my old Merck manual say about fluoride? So I pulled it off the shelf. Here's my old Merck manual that I have. This is the 12th edition of the Merck manual. And this is 1972. Now, the words are small, so what I did was I took a photo of this, of the page, and I'm going to show that to you. So let's jump straight into it, okay? This is the picture I took from my Merck manual. We're going to be looking at page 1710. It says poisoning, specific poisons. So fluoride is a poison. It's a well-known poison that's been used since the 1800s. And down here you can see that fluoride is a rat poison, it's a roach poison, and the type of fluoride they use is sodium fluoride, the very same fluoride that is put in our public drinking water across America every day. Symptoms and signs of fluoride poisoning is salivation, lacrimation, weakness, somnolence, nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, muscle weakness, excitement, tremors, hypotension, of course, respirations, first deep and rapid, then shallow, epileptic form, convulsions, tetany, dyspnea, deep coma, and respiratory failure. Down here we have the treatment is usually calcium. So you can see the various types of calcium they use, calcium chloride. They even use lime in water. So when folks who are opposed to water fluoridation say get the fluoride out of the drinking, get the poison out of the drinking water, this is not hyperbole. Fluoride is a well-known poison. It's listed on the package of fluoride. It says poison, danger, do not ingest. And you can see dating back to the late 1800s, they recognized fluoride as a poison. Let me show you another Merck manual that's a little bit different. Okay, guys, this is a different type of Merck manual. This is the Merck Index, an encyclopedia of chemicals and drugs. The other Merck manual that I was reading from was just the plain old Merck manual, 12th edition. This Merck Index, an encyclopedia of chemical and drugs, was published in 1968. So let's see what was going on in 1968. Okay, let's zoom in here for you. So we have sodium fluoride, and here's a few things that I wanted to point out. Sodium fluoride, as well as hydrofluorosilicic acid that's put in the public drinking water, is a waste byproduct that comes from the aluminum and fertilizer industry. There are many impurities. So you can see here they list the impurities are mainly sodium and aluminum fluorosilicates. You could have mercury and cadmium and arsenic also contaminated in these products as well. Down here, they go on to say that fluoride sold as a household insecticide must be tinted Nile blue. I thought that that was interesting. Down here, they go into the use, and of course, it's used as an insecticide, particularly for roaches and ants. And other pesticide formulations constitute of vitreous enamel and glass mixing as a steel degassing agent, in electroplating, in fluxes, in heat treating salt compositions, in the fluoridation of drinking water, which we know that, and for disinfecting fermentation apparatus in breweries and distilleries. Now, I thought this was interesting because the old newspaper article that we read yesterday from, I think that one was 1901 maybe, they spoke about how beer is contaminated with sodium fluoride and it was causing people to become violently ill. They also list the fluoride as a wood, for preserving wood, paste and mucilage, manath of coated paper, which I'm not sure what that is, frosting glass in dental laboratories, we know that, medical use for prophylaxis of dental caries, meaning you're going to use it to prevent cavities, formerly in hyperthyroidism. So again, they used to use it to treat an overactive thyroid, which is why it's dangerous to put in the drinking water. When you put it in the community drinking water and you have folks drinking fluoride their whole lives, it slows down their thyroid and causes a whole host of problems. You have rheumatoid arthritis, that's well known, epilepsy, and then they go in with the dose. So I thought that was really interesting. All right, let's get into the human toxicity. So we have severe symptoms from ingestion of 0.25 to 0.45 grams. The folks over in the city of Richmond, they were exposed to over a month's worth of fluoride in one day, and they reported having severe symptoms, including vomiting and muscle pain, headaches, fatigue. It was very serious. If you consume an enormous amount, then you will leave this earth, let's say. I don't want to get censored from YouTube. Sublethal nausea and vomiting, abdominal distress, diarrhea, stupor, weakness, lethal muscle weakness, tremors, convulsions, collapse, dyspnea, respiratory and cardiac failure, and a word that I shouldn't say, chronic mottling of tooth enamel, osteosclerosis. So when you give your child fluoridated water, it can cause your child to develop a condition called dental fluorosis, which is mottling of the teeth to the point where you have spots on your teeth. They could be white spots, and when you consume even more, then your teeth will become brown. This is the first visible sign of being poisoned by fluoride, is dental fluorosis, and it's vet use. And vets use it as a poultry lice, and they use it to kill roundworms of swine. I'm going to go back to the list of side effects, and we'll go through what they mean. Okay, so back to the original Merck manual, 12th edition. Again, the year is 1972. So I think we know what salivation is. Lacrimation is tears, weakness. We know that. Okay, here's a few other words that I think some people might not be familiar with. So let me go to the definitions. Here we are with some of the words that you may not be familiar with. I know I was not. So the first word is
somnolence.
Somnolence. This is a state of being sleepy or drowsy. Sleepiness, essentially. So yes, fluoride makes you tired. It messes with your sleep-wake cycle. It interferes with melatonin production. So if you are somebody who's chronically tired, you might want to consider drinking distilled water instead of water that has fluoride in it, such as the water from Henrico County and the city of Richmond. The next word that I was unfamiliar with that I thought I would share is this word tetany. It kind of reminded me of tetanus. So tetany is a medical condition characterized by involuntary muscle contractions, spasms, and tremors. It is typically caused by low levels of calcium in the blood, hypercalcemia. Now this makes sense because calcium, the fluoride binds to the calcium and it interferes with your muscles being able to use that calcium. This is a big problem. The next word that I was unfamiliar with was
dyspnea.
Dyspnea. So this is difficult or labored breathing. So ingesting fluoride in the water could cause you to have difficult or labored breathing. This is one of the adverse events to fluoride. Okay, guys, so that was super depressing, I must say. It's upsetting seeing how long everyone knew that fluoride was a poison. We've known since the 1800s that fluoride is a poison. It's been used as a rat poison, as a roach poison to kill lice. It has no business being in our public drinking water. We know it damages the thyroid. We know it damages the brain. So anyone who is deliberately putting artificial fluoride in the drinking water, such as sodium fluoride and hydrofluorosilicic acid, is committing a crime, in my opinion. I think this is a crime against humanity. Let me know what you think after seeing what these Merck manuals have to say. Do you think that this is something that should be in our community drinking water? Should this poison that has adverse events, known adverse events, be put into our drinking water? Do you agree with forced medication on the masses? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.